But next, this tree right here that I'm about to show you is obviously a different one, but it's another tropical fruit. And it's very abundant here in Florida. And you can't go into a neighborhood and within a 1 mile radius of any neighborhood and not see this tree. And this tree that I'm about to show you here, my mom, she grew this from seed at the other house we were at. And because that tree had mango, had like 2 big mango trees that were already very big, like abundant and fruiting every year. And she took seeds from those and she, you know what I mean, she grew these ones. And you know, this tree is like at least anywhere from 7 to 10 years old, and it's finally starting to bear fruit. And it's starting to bear fruit abundantly as well. And the fruit that I'm about to show you guys right now is none other than the beautiful, immaculate, you know, the mango tree, you feel me? Come on now. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that beauty right there, you know what I'm saying? This tree, and there's another one right here, and there's another one on the side of the house that we planted. I don't know if you guys can see, but if you can see that little tree branch kind of popping over the roof a little bit right there, that is a mango tree as well. And you know, my mom, she started growing this mango tree from seed, and it's finally starting to bear fruit abundantly. The first time it bared fruit was last year, and it only bared literally 1 mango. It's got about a good 20 to 25 mangoes on it. You know what I'm saying? The other one had about 25 mangoes on it, but it didn't last. So it has about, like, I say a good 5 to 10 on it. But no worries, it's gonna, each season is gonna get more abundant as, you know, it gets older and more, you know, in tune with its environment, etc. But yes, this tree we started growing from seed. And you know, a lot of people like to tell you that, you know, it's hard to grow from seed. They like to splice and all that bull crap. But here in the neighborhood, we like to grow everything from seed. And as you can see, this is the fruits and the benefits of being patient and not rushing the tree and just providing it what it needs. You get beautiful fruit like this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be patient. Being patient pays, you feel me? In many ways, you know what I'm saying? You gotta actually grow with the tree. You gotta actually observe the tree, its ways, and, you know, learn the tree as well. So, you know, you can learn what it likes, what it wants, what it needs, the adversity it goes through. You know, it's a whole process to this growing thing. It's not just you planting a seed and just watering it and then let it go. No, it's a whole journey. These mango trees, we got about a good couple of them. As you guys heard me say earlier that we had cut down the tree. The tree we cut down right here, this was a mango tree. Now some of you guys are gonna ask, why did we cut down a mango tree? Why? Why would we cut down a mango tree? Well, the reason why we cut down this mango tree was because it's not necessarily the mangoes that, you know, you and I would necessarily like. You know what I'm saying? It's not the mango trees you could just take the mango and just bite into it and eat it. You know what I'm saying? It's very, this mango tree that we cut down was very, very astringent, and it was very stringy. Some of the natives to Florida like to call it the juicing mango. And that's why, because they don't necessarily just eat the flesh, they drink it because it's very juicy. And you know, trying to eat the flesh of of this specific mango was a pain. It's one of those that gets stuck in your teeth all the time. You feel me? So, you know, I've been trying to get my mom to cut it, but we finally cut it like sometime last year. And you know, right when we cut it, the mango tree that was sitting under it, this one right here, alongside with these sour sops I just told you about, started to look more vibrant, started to get bigger, started to get taller, started to grow more. And that's because this tree was taking up all the sunlight, because it was just that big, you feel me? And you know, you have to make that executive decision, you feel me? You have to make that executive decision, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta cut down life so you can grow even more. So that's why we cut down this mango tree. And plus it was a headache with maintenance, because I was really the only one that was cleaning up the mangoes. When I started juicing, I did started using them, but you know, I wasn't necessarily, so that they were good in that sense. I didn't really appreciate those mangoes till I started juicing, because then I was like, damn, I got a whole bunch of free mangoes here that I could just juice. And it was a lot older. It had to be at least 40 years old. So you already know it was fruiting crazy. It was at least fruiting on the low end 200 fruits every season. Overall, probably close to 500. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Over the whole time of it bearing fruit. You know, because there's a lot of fruits that don't make it, and there's a good amount of fruits that do make it, but there's a good amount of fruits that don't make it. And in totality, it was probably a good amount of like 500 every season, and that's a lot of mangoes to clean up. You feel me? A lot of mangoes to clean up. So, you know, we had to make that decision to cut it. And I actually meant to film that one. And I thought I was filming it when we actually cut down the tree, but the camera was not recording, man. That was an iconic moment when we cut down the tree because, you know, a whole list of things happened, man. My father was about to fall on the damn gate, and I ended up catching him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, saved the day, man. And just a whole list of things happened. But yeah, man, that's why we cut down that mango tree, because we had to make sure that, you know, all the other trees was gonna grow properly, and so that they can grow properly and grow to their best ability. You know what I'm saying? That tree was necessarily that tree was actually stagnating the growth of all these other trees that was under it. You feel me? So we had to make that decision and cut it. You feel me? And so we could grow new life. Yeah, you get me? Like the spring equinox, we had to cut down old life to grow new life. You get me, fam? But yeah, that's why we cut it down. And also, this one is not bearing fruit yet, but I'm gonna show you guys it anyway. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of this tree right here, and because it's growing very fast. And I don't like to put expectations on anything, especially here in nature, because, you know, just do your part and the good will happen. But I'm not gonna lie, I do expect this tree to bear fruit sometime next year, or in the next year or two, because it is growing. As soon as I put this tree into the ground, this thing started going, man. But this tree that I'm about to show you here is the beautiful, immaculate jackfruit, man. This is a jackfruit tree right here. This right here is a jackfruit. You know what I'm saying? This beauty right here is a jackfruit tree, and I do expect it to bear fruit probably next year. You feel me? Because it's just growing so fast. That's the only reason why I'm putting projections on it, because it's growing super fast. As soon as, like, it was already more than ready to go into the ground, but when I actually made the conscious decision to put it into the ground, and once we cut down the the mango tree, man, it just started shooting. It's already close to 10 feet. It starts to bear fruit at 15 to 20 feet. That's 10 more feet you need to go. And it grew this big in a span of a few months. No matter how messed up a tree got in the process of getting to you, it's all up to you to take that tree and provide it the a beautiful environment for it and a home for it to be its greatest version of itself. You know what I'm saying? I get people that ask me all the time, because some of you guys know I have a nursery where I sell my own trees, fruit bearing trees. We only sell soursops right now at the moment, but I always get the question, yo, how long is this tree gonna take before it bears fruit? And I always tell people this. I always tell people this. It's totally up to you. I could give you a ballpark answer. I could tell you, like, soursops, if you live in a tropical place, it should probably take you 1.5 to 2 years before it starts to bear. You put it into a place where it's getting a good, adequate amount of sun and water ratio, you dig? But it's totally up to you. I treat the plant with love. But if you get it from me and it doesn't grow in that projection, then that's because it's what you have done in the environment you put it in. You feel me? That doesn't have it growing as fast. It's not necessarily the synthetic nutrients you put into it. If you plant it in some good soil, you put a lot of manure in it when you put it in the ground, and you give it a good adequate amount of water in the young phase, in its young stages, and make sure you put it into areas where it's going to get a good amount of sun, especially your tropical fruit bearing trees, it is going to grow super fast and abundant. So next, I want to take you to my mom's elevated garden, which she's doing just an immaculate job with. Showed you guys it earlier, but she got some good peppers, some green peppers. You know what I'm saying? She even got the red peppers right here. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. But yeah, she got some red peppers. She got some good kale. Now, we had way more kale than this, but if you've been following me on my socials, you would see that I've been eating some of that kale, a lot of that kale, you know what I mean? I'm actually the only one that's eating the damn kale, you feel me? I'm damn turned into a damn kale, you feel me? Cause you are what you eat, you hear me? This thyme right here is very, very fragrant, man. Smells so amazing. You can smell this thyme from like freaking yards away, you heard? We actually got this thyme from one of our from a family member who grows it in up north Florida. So shouts out to them. Shouts out to Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Wayne and Becky. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she also grew some red kale or purple kale, however you want to call it. This one didn't get as big as the kale over here, but you know it's still growing some good kale. And there's some more peppers that we got. You know what I'm saying? There's almost 10 of these peppers on here. Feel me? Listen, we don't buy peppers from the store no more. We just go to the backyard. You hear me? You understand me? Peppers are green, right? That's just the color of, you know, when things are in the stage of unripeness. That's just universal. Everything is green in the stage of unripeness. But you know, peppers tend to change colors. You know, sometimes, as you guys can see right here, it is a red pepper. Sometimes it could be yellow, orange, any type of colors. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, certain seeds you could pinpoint, get a purple pepper or a red pepper or a yellow pepper, but almost all peppers are green. They all start off as green. So that lets you know that, you know, the peppers that you get from the store, you feel me, is usually unripe. You feel me, is not ready to be eaten yet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in that green stage. It hasn't ripened yet. You know what I'm saying? So take note of that as well when you're eating that, and when you're getting it from the store. Make sure you're picking out one that's not too crazy firm, or if you do pick it out when it's that, make sure you allow it to ripen a little bit when you get it back to the house. I want to show you the banana patch that we got as well, that doesn't necessarily have bananas right now at the moment, but we probably have gotten at least a good maybe 50 to 100 bananas over time. Yes, all this is bananas, you feel me? The bananas are actually very sweet and immaculate. You know what I'm saying? I love them. And yeah, they're not fruit right now, but you know, they're on and off. And you know, bananas don't necessarily have the same lifespan as like a fruit bearing tree, like a mango, or you know, those type of trees. They actually only last a good 2 years. They have a like 2-year window span of, you know, fruiting, and then you know, you chop them down and then you grow some new ones. It's just like a papaya tree. Papaya tree is the same thing. Melons in general is the same thing. You feel me? So take note of that. And it's very easy to start growing them. Also, what I want to tell you guys about the vegetations and the peppers and onions. Listen, if you don't have a lot of space, right? Say you don't have a lot of space. You're like, oh, nature, I don't have a lot of space to be growing all the stuff that you be growing. You don't need it. You do not need all this space. Listen, as you guys can see, my mom is growing this in a little ass box. You know what I'm saying? This box ain't big. This don't take up a lot of space. This is about the same size of a patio. Take this, get some good dirt, some manure, you feel me? And you can start growing you some kale. You can start growing you some peppers. You can start growing you some tomatoes. You feel me? You can start growing you some herbs like some thyme. You know what I'm saying? Some kale. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on. You can even grow you some scallions. Look, these scallions have been growing here for 3 years. These scallions have not died or nothing. These things have been here for about 3 years and been in the same condition. They just been waiting for us to come get it and grab it. And I actually had some the other day, and it tasted 10 times better and more fresher than the scallions we get from the store, man. And that's just the benefits that you just get from growing your own. It's free too. Well, it's free in the sense of money, currency. But obviously you gotta, you know what I mean, pay your dues, and you know what I mean, give it a little bit of time. But even your vegetation though, your vegetation doesn't require you to give it that much time. Only in the beginning stages, you know what I'm saying? The beginning stages of growing anything, you're gonna have to give it a little bit more TLC so you can help it sprout and, you know, deal with the environment. But you don't necessarily have to watch it or water it every single day. Just make sure you're providing it a place for to get an adequate amount of sunlight and giving an adequate amount of water. If not every day, every other day. Well, the sunlight has to be every day, but the watering, you don't have to water every day. You water every other day. You feel me? Or every 2 days. You feel me? Create a system in which you will take care of your fruit-bearing trees, your crops in general. You dig? I can't tell you how rewarding of a journey, and like spiritually, mentally, and physically, it is when you grow your own. It's rewarding spiritually and mentally because you grow along with this crop that you're growing. Taking this little seed and being able to bear fruit, help it bear fruit, is one of the most immaculate feelings ever. And then when you eat the fruit, that's good for your body. Also, pre all of this, when you planting this, when you get in the dirt and you creating this environment to plant the seed in, that's also physical work. It's cardio, it's weightlifting, like it's the whole nine. You feel me? So it's all in one. Nature gives us all this in one thing. You feel me? It's just such a beautiful, immaculate journey that I can't even express enough for us all to go out and start growing. And no, it's not no male dominant thing. It's not no women dominant thing. You're not hella feminine if you out here as a man growing. You're not hella masculine if you're out here picking up things as a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's no gender bias to growing your own. We all should be growing our own. We all should be in alignment with growing our own and be in connection and partnership with growing our own as a family. You feel me? Because it teaches us a lot about taking care of our food, about what's going in our food, and what we allow people to sell us and what we're consuming. It makes you have a hypersensitive, intuitive feeling and knowing about what you're putting into your body. You feel me? You get more in tune with your body, your mind, and your spirit out here in nature when you're growing your own. You feel me? And the benefits is just immaculate. You know what I'm saying? On a spiritual level, mental level, and a cellular level as well, because you're gonna eat this food one day. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna eat this food that you've been praying over, that you've been taking care of, that you've been helping get the right amount of nutrients. Because at the end of the day, you're not necessarily giving the tree or the crops the minerals that it needs to survive. It's giving itself its own minerals. It's replenishing itself with its own minerals. It's making its own minerals for itself. That's with everything in life. That's from plants all the way to us. We give our own, our bodies give our own, make our own minerals and all that. But the environment that you create for it, you know what I'm saying? The environment that you put it in, the things that you feed it, things that you consume or give it, will either help appreciate that thing, whether it be the body or if we're talking about the trees, or it will decline it. The environment that you put it in and what you consume or give it, and I'm talking universal, I'm talking about when you're gardening and what you're putting in the body, will either support the tree to making its own, or it would decline the tree and deprive the tree of making its own, or you will deprive the body of making its own. So I didn't necessarily show you guys everything that we got growing, but I showed you everything that is bearing fruit right now. You feel me? Stuff that we will be able to in the next few months or weeks or in the next day or two be able to actually physically go take out and eat in this new spring. You dig? So stay tuned for much more episodes out here showing you guys how we grow our own in the neighborhood. Man, I'm super excited to be dropping these type of episodes because, man, it's just getting our people back in tune, back in alignment with our natural selves, and back in tune with our food, with our bodies, our mind, and our spirit. You feel me? And truly, you know, getting in tune with self and God. You dig? And truly learning about what you're putting into your body, because once you start growing your own, you start to learn the impurities of what you've been buying from the stores all along, dig? And you know, like I said, it's no gender bias to growing your own. You could be male or female. It doesn't make you more feminine as a man if you're growing your own. It doesn't make you more masculine as a female growing your own. It's no gender bias to growing your own. You feel me? And as you guys can see, you know, we make growing your own a cool, fly thing to do in the neighborhood as well. So, you know what I mean, never too cool to start growing your own, you know what I'm saying? Get your hands dirty, you know what I'm saying? Get your kicks dirty and grow your own, man. There's no more, it's not too many greater feelings than, you know, actually taking a seed and helping it become its greatest self and actually benefiting from the fruit of the labor that you've been putting in, the TLC you've been giving this tree, this crop, this land that you have, or whatever you got. You feel me? And like I said, it doesn't matter where you're at. You can start growing whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you live in colder climates, you may not be able to grow soursop like that. You feel me? But you can grow grapes. I'm mad because in South Florida it's kind of hard for us to grow grapes. We could grow muscadines, but we can't grow seeded glow grapes. We can, but it's much harder than if you live in the colder climates. Because you know, grapes like to go through a period of dormancy. You feel me? If you're in colder climates, you could grow apples, you could grow pears. It's harder for us to grow apples and pears down here. Because like I said, those are fruits that like to go through a period of dormancy. You know what I'm saying? Not everything likes 24/7 sun. You feel me? Even if you don't want to grow a fruit bearing tree, or you don't even have a plot of land where you could grow that right now at the moment, you can start with your romaine lettuce. You can start with your onions, your scallions, your herbs. You feel me? Your peppers, your tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Potatoes, sweet potatoes at that. Fuck the potatoes. We can do the sweet potatoes. You heard? You know what I'm saying? You can do purple potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You can start with that. You can start with your squash. You know what I'm saying? Cucumbers, melons. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuse, man. We can get out here, we can start growing our own, and we start, you know what I mean, trusting our neighbor and trading with our neighbors with the stuff that we go, with the fruits of our labor. You know what I'm saying? We can start blessing the neighborhood with the fruits of our labor. You feel me? Start trading with our neighbors. Hey, yo, you got apples? Well, I got some pears. Let's trade. Yo, I got soursop. You got cantaloupe? Let's trade. You know what I'm saying? We could do that with each other. That's the community we're providing here and the neighbor. Total overall health and wellness. And there's no greater way to create greater health and wellness than with your food, because as we know, a lot of our health related issues has to do with what society has pushed us to thinking we can eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna label the stuff that we be eating nowadays as food. I'm just gonna say the stuff that we're eating that isn't even food, that is out here killing us by the millions. You heard? It's out here exterminating us by the millions. Y'all worry about this. Y'all worry about shots. Y'all worry about chemicals. Y'all worry about shots. Y'all worry about all this other shit. Listen, it's the food. The food is the #1 killer, you heard? The food. You know what I'm saying? And they even infiltrating our vegetables. They even infiltrating some of our fruits in these grocery stores. So with that being said, we gotta take matters into our own hands. Stop blaming the system and get up out the system. You know what I'm saying? Stop blaming the system. Stop trying to change the system and create your own system. Stop always trying to point the finger at everything else but yourself. Feel me? And say, yo, what part am I taking in my own health, my own wellness, my own spiritual decline, my own unalignment with all these things on a mental, spiritual, physical, and cellular level. Gotta start saying that to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Stop pointing the finger at everybody else. Start pointing at ourselves. What can we do to change our trajectory? What can we do to be more healthy? What can we do to not say that this disease, this obesity, this thing runs in our family? What can we do to say, oh yeah, health runs in our family, good skin runs in our family? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We ain't had a sick person in years in our family. We ain't birthing no defects in our family. We birthing more love, more health, more wealth. We learning more, we growing more, and we passing down that wisdom to the next, you heard? That's how we do it in the neighborhood, you dig? And remember this, grow your own / support local. There is no either or with that part. There's no either or. It's not I'm just gonna grow my own or I'm just gonna support local. It's do both. But if you can't, then do one or the other. So grow your own / support local, or this is where the or comes in, or continue to rely and depend on a broken system to supply you their own. And we all know what their own comes with. Dis-ease, self-hate, chemical warfare, bodily warfare, spiritual, the whole nine. Choice is yours. Choose wise. Let me know what you guys want to grow in the comments. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the neighborhood. Peace, love, light, much healing energy to you and yours. It's your boy, Neighborhood Nature Boy. Thank you for watching another episode of the Neighborhood More Life Show, the greatest More Life show on the planet. And always, always, always remember, whenever in doubt, check the neighborhood out, you dig?